Welcome back, everybody. Back to tapping. We have a caller. Her name is Claire. Didn't get where she was from, and she had a question.
Well, I'm from
Claire, you
Oklahoma.
still there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
All right. My question was in regards to artifacts or objects that seem to be the source of paranormal activity. Is it possible that some of these objects are afflicted with a part of a personality that was left behind? Sometimes when someone passes over, some of their personality is fragmented and remains behind. It's very well possible that this is the case with some of the items.
Well, I kind of believe that. Yes, I think that could happen in some cases.
Mm.
Not all cases would be that way, but yeah, I could see that happening. Uh, what do you think, Rod?
Well,
Oh,
I kind of agreed with you. I mean, yeah, it could be. We asked William here. What do you think about it, William?
Well, Rod, basically, to me, residual, if it's part of a residual energy is basically just there. Uh, One thing I feel about, though, is a lot of your objects are more they're not just there. The energy's just not there. It's that they're related to all this paranormal activity. So really, it could go either way. What I would feel is more than likely not. But again, that's just my opinion. There's several opinions out there about this same subject. So.
Well, I would state that a personality is different from a spirit. Your spirit's different from your personality. You can change your personality within 30 days with your behavior or lack of behavior. That's what I was speaking to, and I've been very familiar in this area. I've cleared houses, and sometimes I think it's a residual part of the personality. But those are just my thoughts, and I respect yours. Thank you.
yeah, there is a difference between a part of a person's personality and residual energy, because residual, from what I know of residual energy is, from what we have ran into as part of it, is it's like a tape recorder. It's the same thing that plays over and over and over.
Sure.
But residual personality, now that's something we don't run into a lot, because you don't know what's going, even though it's a residual personality, you don't know what's going to come up in a residual personality. You don't know the personality of that person. So you don't know what you're going to get.
Oh, that's true.
It's that kind of, to my personal opinion, that is where you've got to kind of, sort of, borderline be kind of like a psychologist or something, kind of like that, maybe. I don't know.
I guess I
I
look
may
at it
be wrong.
differently. If a person has a boil and it's full of infection, and maybe this part of the personality is the boil, you got to clear it out, clean it out.
Yeah.
And make sure it doesn't reoccur. That's the way I look at it. I like using vinegar and salt and a lot of different things in my cleansing procedures, I guess you could call it. I don't do it that much now as I used to, but that was highly effective. Putting the vinegar in the four corners of the room, or the sea salt, even if you know the person's name that the personality belongs to, writing that 3 times in ink and putting it red ink and then putting that above the door.
Oh,
Once you
okay,
get them
I
out
understand.
so they can't come back in.
Okay, I understand. That's basically like trying to get a demon's name. Once you get the demon's name, then you have
Right.
power over them. Okay.
Oh, obviously, yeah. But the spirit and the personality are so different. The personality has a lot of emotion.
Yeah.
The spirit is who you are in your essence. And that's a beautiful thing.
Okay.
But I appreciate you hearing me. I mean, that was really nice of you.
Well, you brought up some really good points.
I like the input, output of the different people on your call.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what we're here for. We're here to learn from each other. That's why we created the radio show, was so if we know some information and if somebody else knows some information, we can get information out there and share it with people. That's why we created the radio show, to share information so other people can learn and we can learn. That's why we started this radio show.
Well, thank you for having it.
Thank you for calling in.
Well, thank you, Claire, for calling in. Okay, Jeff,